I think there will be more mining on the West Coast, and that's actually a good thing.
Triple mining and we might triple the environmental destruction.
Mining has been the backbone of the West Coast's, not just the economy, but the identity.
We don't need to keep both feet firmly in the past of extractive industries. It's all sorts of extraction, but on the West Coast, it's mainly going to be gold and coal. They're the two main resources where we're going to see a big expansion.
It's not about getting rid of regulation and getting rid of environmental controls. It's getting rid of the bureaucracy around assessing these projects.
Australian mining company Tiga, they own the mining licence over the vast majority of the Barrytown Flats to mine for a compound called ilmenite, which is a pigment used in white paints, in white coatings, and also to mine for garnets. Although they've been consented, the first site, that is currently under appeal to the Environment Court by the local community group. This will be industrial mining and processing, and the first site of many along the Barrytown Flats that they wish to undertake their mining on.
I mean, it's already been developed. It was developed for farmland, and now it's going to extract some of the heavy minerals out of it and put it back into farmland. They dig the sand out, they spin it through a centrifuge, they take the heavy stuff out and they put it back in.
The celebrated Coast Road will turn into an industrial mine haulage route. It's one of the top coastal drives in the world.
Yeah, the fact remains it is a state highway, so if they're going to improve the quality of the roading infrastructure, they need money. And guess what gives them money? Road users.
So we need those trucks.
Yep, we actually need. We do. We do.
Reefton is a mining town. You know, we wouldn't exist without mining.
So do you want more mining or less mining?
More.
I think the word is alchemy.
Alchemy being found.
While they've been searching for gold.
Nobody even knows how to pronounce it. I believe it's antimony. It's a mineral attached to gold. So this is a company called Siren Gold who are looking at mining both antimony and gold at the same time. It's a mineral that could be used in a range of industries, from military uses, to electric vehicles. The world supplies are largely found in Russia and China. So the United States is looking for alternative supplies of antimony, and that is probably where the source from Reefton is coming into play.
Well, adamantite or whatever the fuck it is terrifies me.
New mining, good or bad?
Good.
Yeah, it brings income for families, and it's good for community, and yeah.
I'm scared what will happen if it is mined here and it gets, released into the waterways and stuff.
If we double the mining output on the West Coast, which is what we would like to see, every job in the mineral sector, it's another 2 jobs directly connected to it. So that's another 1,500 high-paying, high-skilled jobs on the West Coast.
We've got pristine stuff in this country, looking out over your shoulder.
Yep.
Sure, digging a hole in the earth provides jobs, but that's pretty short term.
I think we can do both.
That's Te Kuha, that forms the backdrop to the town of Westport. This mountain is iconic West Coast untamed natural wilderness. There's no roads, there's no tracks. It really has value pretty much on par with an offshore sanctuary island. This mountain is now under threat from a coal mining company. The coal mine would be right at the top of the mountain. Now that would decapitate part of the ridgeline. It would be visible from Westport. But worse than those visual impacts would be the wholesale destruction of this beautiful ecosystem. There has been a lot of protest, and it's been from the Environment Court all the way up to the Supreme Court, and it's been declined at every step. The court has judged no coal mine, and that should be the end of it. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be part of the listed projects attached to the fast track bill.
Do you know whether these things are going ahead?
I don't, and I think that's probably the most controversial one. But if you look at the ones that are currently operating, so you look at Stockton Mine, the conservation work that they're doing up on that site is absolutely phenomenal.
This is an example of open cast coal mining that is set to invade this beautiful Denniston Plateau. It was developed in about 2014. It ran for 2 years. The coal price bottomed out, and all that promised injection of wealth into the Bullet District never happened. The number of staff that it employs could be counted on one hand, and that's to manage the acid mine drainage, which is a legacy problem from coal mining. Bathurst, the coal mining company, which operates Stockton to the north of us, a huge open cast coal mine, are looking to expand and open 3 or 4 of these coal mines on the Denniston Plateau. This land is owned by all of us, the New Zealand public. It is stewardship land, which is public conservation land. It's just yet to be classified into whether it be nature reserve or national park. It's a unique and rare ecosystem of sandstone and herb fields and wetlands. The great spotted kiwi live here. Some very special creatures up here on the Denniston Plateau.
You can't mine without doing something to the environment. But if you do it in the right way, the benefits outweigh the negatives. At the moment, the demand is there for coal around the world. In the past, the rules were different. But I believe that we've got a very strong regulatory environment currently, and the oversight is just unbelievable.
We've had about a 10-year operation, so we mined till 2016, extracted about just over 610,000 ounces of gold. At its peak operations, it was employing around about 200 people. And now there's only a handful of us doing the closure project. This was a hill that we have mined out. All of the waste rock that was taken from Globe Pit has been placed, and we have Devil's Creek waste rock stack and Union Creek waste rock stack. Those have been shaped to sort of mirror the surrounding environment, and then we plant beech and manuka onto those waste rock stacks. We disturbed 260 hectares of land. But just behind us is just original forest that we haven't touched during the mining operation. It's a beech podocarp forest. At the end of the closure project, we would have planted over 1 million beech and manuka seedlings, and also tens of thousands of wetland seedlings. This is a red beech we planted last year, so still very new. And these are around about 8 years old. We have an access arrangement with the Department of Conservation. On closure, we'll hand the site back to the department, which will be open to public. And then they'll be able to walk around the site or bike around the site and just kind of enjoy sort of what the modern mining has left behind.
Gold mining certainly has a future on the West Coast, and that's because gold is so valuable. I mean, the price of gold at the moment is over $2,000 per ounce. Where has that wealth gone? I would suspect that most of it has gone into offshore private pockets, and there hasn't been long-term enduring public good benefits.
A lot of the profits go offshore, don't they?
Yeah, to operate a mine is pretty capital intensive and mostly Australian investment. I would certainly like to see more of what's generated on the West Coast stay on the West Coast. Nature on the West Coast, it's our biggest asset. We need to be really careful about the choices that we make going into the future.